Happy Thursday, North Central Washington, Wenatchee Valley, everybody out there in television land watching us on television, or as we like to say in the business, TV. I'm Dan Kuntz, 29th day of October 2020, a fairly mild 40 degrees outside of our studios. I was thinking about this when I got up this morning. Remember back at the beginning of October, we had record high temperatures, and then of course we set record low temperatures on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. October is definitely the shoulder season. We went from temperatures in the 80s to temperatures in the 30s, and it seems like it happened just like that. But not a bad looking weekend. Forecast details are coming up. We still have that air stagnation advisory. It remains in effect. It is due to expire at 11 o'clock tomorrow. That's when a cold front's going to bring in breezy conditions, scour out the skies, clean this up, give us quite a bit of sunshine. Over the weekend, temperatures are going to be warming up a little bit, or actually quite a bit, all things considered. So we're looking pretty good from Mother Nature's perspective. We'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. We got the news. We got sports to get to. We don't have a World Series to talk about. I'll have to get over that. Also, today in history, we got some celebrity birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike Minotti's opinion. A very special, obscure holiday coming your way. Also, of course, it's Thursday. That means Pause for Pets, Goose the dog. You will be introduced to you from our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, so you can get Goose a home. And in the interview portion of this program, Linda Haglund joined me once again. Linda's a regular contributor to this show. Why, I don't know. Apparently she doesn't watch it. Anyway, Linda's going to be talking, of course, all things downtown, Wenatchee Downtown Association's executive director, including the modified trick-or-treating going on downtown on Saturday afternoon, Halloween. So we got a lot to get to on this Thursday. Let's take our tour, see what's happening out there. With our cameras around the Wenatchee Valley, of course, there is the Wenatchee Valley. More clear skies than we've had the last couple of days, but we still have that air stagnation advisory, and that's not going to surprise anybody. I mean, again, it's, you know what it is. The lid is on. There's no place for the pollutants to go. But our air quality is better than it was yesterday at this time. It's still moderate, but it was like 71 yesterday, and now it's in the 50s, so we're okay air quality-wise, and it's not going to be an issue at all by tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a done deal. Good morning, Wenatchee. Good morning, East Wenatchee. We're a ways from sunrise. 7:41 is when the sun will start climbing up over the East Wenatchee bench. It'll set at 5:47 into the Cascades. 10 hours and 6 minutes of daylight. We'll be under that 10-hour mark by Saturday, and then, of course, everything goes cattywampus because daylight saving time goes away, and we return to standard time on Sunday, which will last 25 hours as opposed to 24 hours. All right, let's see where we're off to next. Let's say hello to Badger Mountain. And what is that up there? Is that a planet I'm looking at up there in the sky? I'm thinking that could be. It's one of. It could either be Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, possibly Saturn, possibly Mars. It could be. Yeah, Megan believes it is Pluto. So there you go. It's something up there, and it looks like the skies are just a little dirty there over the Cascades as we look down over the valley proper from our camera up on top of Badger Mountain, camera number 3. It's off to see Turtle Rock at our Rondo Rock camera. It's one of the few cameras that are actually pretty low. Most of the cameras, as you know, because that's how Sky-Fi works, they need to be up on high atop ridges and hills and mountains and lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But that particular camera is actually pretty low. As we look at Lake Antioch, Turtle Rock, and way off in the distance, you can see the Wenatchee Valley proper and Rocky Reach Dam on your far right. Camera number 4. There we go. Let me think, that looks to be Stamen Flats. That's Hose Landing. I blew that one. Wrong side of the river, Dan. You can see some low-hanging fog there. Of course, we got cold air trapped at the surface, warm air above that. That's what causes the fog when the air is considerably warmer than the water below it. So that is Hose Landing. So we're looking at Antioch for the most part. I took a trip up to the Hose Landing site, I don't know, about 5 years ago, not long after they gave me a job here. Again, I don't know what they were thinking. That's quite the ride up there to Hose Landing. That's a bit dicey. You got to have the right kind of rig to make it up there. So there's the mighty Columbia Entiat, the gateway to recreation. That's their brand new logo. Their old logo, of course, was stop here and go to the bathroom on your way to Lake Chelan. Didn't quite have the same pizzazz. All right, so there you go. That's our tour around the valley. A couple of slides to show for you. First of all, the high temps. So we're going to start warming up. Take a look at little old Wenatchee Town, USA. As you can see, Moses Lake is going to be warming up quite a bit as well. So here's your high temperature outlook. And we only hit 46 yesterday. We're going to be considerably warmer today. Again, we're off to a warmer start. We are 5 degrees warmer right now than we were 24 hours ago. So we're going to get up there to right around 58 or 59 today. A little cooler on Friday. It is a cold front that's coming in. Good news, going to scour out the sky. Lots of sunshine for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But it is going to cool us down a little bit as that cold front brings some breezy winds and a little bit of mountain snow. And then high pressure builds up. But as this comes in on Friday, it's going to kick the winds up a little bit. So get ready for some windy conditions. Gusts generally 25 to 35 miles an hour in some locations up above that. And you know what you're talking about. Where, the Waterville Plateau, the Highway 2 corridor, up on top in that area there, Mansfield. You could get a little more wind than us down here. The east slopes of the Cascades, where it has a chance to channel into the hollers and get going pretty good. So get ready for some breezy conditions, especially Friday afternoon as this cold front comes in. But the switch off is it's going to clear the skies out and give us lots of bountiful sunshine. Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling gives your home a hug. And there you go. Oh, look at the jack-o'-lantern. That's kind of cool. It's a happy jack-o'-lantern. There you go. So we're looking at 59 today with quite a bit of sunshine, 41 for the overnight low. That's above normal. Our normal high for this time of the year is about 54, 55 degrees, right around there. So we're looking pretty good. Quite a bit of sunshine Friday. Maybe a light afternoon raindrop for the valley, some snow in the upper elevations. This is the cold front coming in. The air stagnation advisory will expire, we hope. Looks like it's panning out that way. High of 58 on Friday. Saturday for Halloween. Lots of sunshine and a high of 53, so a little on the cool side. But the high pressure ridge is going to be pretty nice. It's going to give us sunshine Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Passing clouds on Tuesday, a couple of clouds Wednesday. Look at the high Wednesday, 61 degrees. Of course, Tuesday is election day, and Sunday is the first day of November. Wow, years just flying by. Going to take a break at 8 minutes after the hour and come back with your Thursday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
I have fiber at home because it allows me to do a great job in my profession. It allows me to learn things that I need to learn at home. It allows my kids to hopefully one day be able to be educated because of what they learned online and what they learned from their teachers. And it allows us to have fun too as a family. And we're able to do a lot of things because of fiber internet. I'm Rudy, and my family learns with fiber.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I'm a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Back out of it 9 minutes after the hour, 42 degrees outside of our studios, upper 50s today. Cold front comes in, going to cool us down for the weekend, but a lot of sunshine in the forecast, especially on Halloween and on Sunday. Here are your headlines. A Quincy man in his 50s has become Grant County's 25th person to die from COVID-19. The Grant County Health District said the man had underlying health conditions that put him at a higher risk for severe complications from the virus. In a statistical oddity, men have accounted for 80% of the deaths in Grant County. Statewide, 53% of COVID-19 deaths have been men. Saying the Trump administration has eroded trust in the Food and Drug Administration, Governor Jay Inslee said on Tuesday that any FDA-approved COVID-19 vaccine must first meet the approval of a team of experts assembled by a pact of 4 western states. Inslee said the states of Washington, California, Oregon, Colorado, and Nevada each will assign experts to review any approved vaccine.
Number two, if we get a vaccine, we want it to work. Doesn't do a lot good to have a vaccine approved by the FDA, but then it never achieves real immunity with sufficient degree to knock down this virus so we can fully open our economy. And in order to make the vaccine work, we have to have a requisite number or percentage of people actually use it. And if people don't trust the system, some people may not use it. And there have been some reasons that people have espoused that they're concerned about whether the system is actually credible or not. Some of that, unfortunately, has been caused by the sort of ham-handed attempts by the president to monkey with the FDA process. And that has caused people to increase concerns. The number of people who've expressed their willingness to take the vaccine has gone down 15 or 20% in the last several months, in large part because they've seen the president trying to tell everybody he has a vaccine by election day. That's most unfortunate. So we have to fight against that lack of confidence. This will be an added layer of assurance and of an expert review that will help Washingtonians and others in Western states have greater faith and greater confidence in the vaccine so that we can increase the number of folks who actually get the vaccination. And of course, that's imperative if, in fact, we are going to beat this pandemic. This panel of experts, it was started by Gavin Newsom of California. We appreciate his leadership on this. It will include experts appointed by other member states, including our own, and it will be made up of nationally recognized scientists with expertise in immunizations and public health. And so it will bring an additional level of scrutiny to this process.
Small business owners can learn about rules and regulations for operating during the COVID-19 pandemic and resources available to assist them. All you got to do is sign up for a free webinar. It's being offered by the state of Washington. There will be presentations by several state agencies, including the Department of Revenue, Employment Security, Labor and Industries, and the state's Small Business Liaison team. There will also be a question and answer session. 2 dates available for the 2-hour workshops, November 18th and December 10th. More information is available and instructions for signing up at the COVID-19 Impact Webinar. You can just go to business.wa.gov and get signed up. Most of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center here in Wenatchee has been shut down since spring because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but the executive director, Dave Tosh, says sales at the thrift shop at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center are doing better than ever, and that's even under the restrictions that limit the amount of people who can be in the thrift shop at any one time. Earlier this week, Dave Tosh joined me on this very program, and he said people have stepped up in a big way to help ensure the success of the thrift store, which is vital to the success of the Senior Activity Center.
Well, it's been amazing. We've been able to meet all of the restrictions, keep within all the parameters, and we are setting new records in sales, even though we're not open on Saturdays, and we were last year. So we've been very, very pleased with how things are going. And of course, that's our lifeblood. That's how we're going to keep the organization together and reopen here one of these days.
So how do you account for such good numbers, even if because Saturday's always your busiest day to boot?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking for things to do, for one thing. We see a lot of the seniors that we see frequently in the senior center coming out just for something to do, but they're all spending money, and that's great.
That's great. And the things at the thrift store are things you're not going to find anyplace else. And a lot of people look for unique gifts and things that are original.
Well, and I think the other thing is people have been cleaning out their homes, their closets, their garages, and we've been inundated with donations, which is great. But that gives us a lot of good inventory, and the seniors take really good care of us with their donations. It's high quality, and I think that people have come to be aware that we don't put stuff out that's soiled or torn or any of that. It goes somewhere else. So it's just all high quality.
Grant County deputies are looking for witnesses and victims after a vehicle pursuit of a robbery suspect. This happened early yesterday morning, and it resulted in possibly several other collisions along the route of the pursuit. This was in the May Valley area just west of Moses Lake. If you were in that area and you were forced off the road by a black Honda passenger car, You're asked to call the Grant County Sheriff's Office at 762-1160 and tell the dispatcher and the deputies will get in touch with you. A $1 million donation by a Chelan couple is helping make the new Chelan Community Center a reality. Scott and Brooke Isaac, who both have deep roots in the community, were high school sweethearts who now have 7 children, and they operate a very successful business selling straw to mushroom farmers in Canada. Groundbreaking on the community center at Lake Chelan was held just last week at its site on Bighorn Way, just below the Lookout housing development. The 7 Acres Foundation, the driving force behind the project, said the center will provide a world-class facility for residents of Chelan. The center will have a 25-meter indoor pool, a gym, an indoor play area, meeting spaces, and a commercial kitchen. The project is expected to be completed by the summer of 2022. That's your headlines here at 16 minutes after the hour. We'll have a newscast for you. We always endeavor to gather the news, disseminate the news, and get you informed and keep you informed, because we believe in an informed viewer is an important part of the success of the NCW Life channel. And to preview tonight's newscast, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Hey, did you hear about the Dodgers? Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we'll have our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. I'll have a look at a much warmer north central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Grantstrom will have the latest on the upcoming divisional matchup between the Seahawks and 49ers in sports. That and all the day's news coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Nice hat, Grant. Don Drysdale was buried in that hat. That's a collector's item. You want to get a hold of us? We'd love to hear from you. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app there and drop us a note. You're pretty good at doing that. Or if you go to our website at ncwlife.com, you'll see the contact icon at the top of the screen. Click on it, and it's down the road you go. Going to take a break. As you well know by now, the Seahawks have a really hard time sacking the quarterback. That might change. Got a new player on the roster. Talking Seahawks football when we come back with Sports in 1 Minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center, and I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us in early November for the new program, Vibrant Living.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. Looking for great food that's also an experience? Come on out to Blueberry Hills in Manson. Open year-round and named one of the top 4 restaurants in the state worth the drive for breakfast by the Seattle Times. Serving down-home scratch country cooking with huge portions at family-friendly prices. Great food and a fun experience for the whole family, and definitely worth the drive. For more information, check our website at wildaboutberries.com.
19 minutes after the hour, 42 degrees outside of our studios. If you're just joining us, we'll be in the upper 50s today. Little cool, little breezy on Friday. Lots of sunshine and moderate temperatures for the Halloween weekend. Let's talk about sports. The Seahawks have added an edge pass rusher, and boy, do we need one. They traded B.J. Finney and his 7th-round draft pick to Cincinnati. Coming to Seattle, Carlos Dunlop. Dunlop, a 2-time Pro Bowler for the Bengals, and has a proven track record of pressuring quarterbacks. Coach Pete Carroll says the Seahawks are always on the lookout for players who can come in and help.
We're always looking, and there's other guys that were out there that we've been looking at as well in all spots that are available. You know, the names start to pop up here at this time of year, and so this was one that fit exactly what we needed, and really pleased to get it done. Glad to bring a guy of Carlos's stature and background and to this club, and I'm happy for him to come here. You know, this is a great place to play. He's going to be excited about all this, I think. Carlos has been a very, very consistent player for a long time. He's always been fast, always been athletic. He still moves his feet well and gets off the rock and knows exactly how to play the spot that we want to play him in. Really, it was excited to share that with him. He was concerned, he didn't know, how we would play him and all. So that was good for him to hear. and we're going to see. We'll just make the most of it.
Defensive coordinator Ken Norton Jr. says Dunlop should definitely be able to help with Seattle's pass rush.
Watched him from afar for years. He's been a player that's been very productive and active, over the last several years. So there's no question he can certainly step in and help us. So we're really excited about the transaction and cannot wait to get him here. Well, he's at a position that's a designated pass rusher, a guy that's been very active, a guy that's been very productive. He's a veteran that has a wealth of knowledge. We have a young group here that would certainly benefit from having a veteran like that on the team. At the same time, as you've seen in the games, we need as much pressure, much pass rush as we can get right now, so the quarterback doesn't have that extra time, to uncover the coverage.
Dunlop's going to have to pass a physical, plus he has to go through the COVID protocols before he can actually join the Seahawks. Coach Carroll said that should make him available in a couple of weeks when the Seahawks travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Wenatchee School District Board of Directors voted unanimously this week to change the name of the high school swimming pool after a longtime coach who died earlier this summer from cancer. James Elwin was the Wenatchee High School swimming coach for 16 years. Everybody who swam for him liked him because he was a cool guy. James Elwin passed away after a brief battle with cancer in June. In his honor, the school board voted Monday to rename the facility at Wenatchee High School the James Elwin Aquatic Center. Elwin led the Panthers into state prominence during his tenure. He coached the boys team to 6 top 10 finishes and the girls team to 11 top 10 finishes at the state. While his overall coaching record of 198 wins, 23 losses, and 1 tie is impressive, it was his lasting impact of compassion, care, and getting the most out of the kids that meant the difference. The James Elwin Aquatic Center will be officially dedicated at a later date when COVID restrictions allow. Dedication, that's something that former Wenatchee Valley College coach, educator, and athletic director Sandy Cooprider knows all about. He says it was the dedication of a lot of people in this community that helped make his dream of a sports complex on the college campus a reality. As construction got underway to build what is now Paul Thomas Senior Baseball Stadium, North Rotary Softball Field, and the Mike Hollis Soccer Field, Cooprider worried that he had bitten off more than he could chew.
I called all the construction companies, anybody that could bring some equipment out. We're talking D10 cats, we're talking excavators, big ones, we're talking front-end loaders, 4 cubic dump. And so when they all arrived, I've never been a general contractor before, but all of a sudden I had to be one. So they came and I said, okay, let's take the 2 D10 cats. Let's push all the felled trees all the way over to 9th Street and make 3 different piles. It took us about 4 days, and then we had an engineer come out, we had a surveyor come out, and they started plotting and doing whatever we need to do with the laser level. And so the idea is we're going to push all the dirt, which was the 14-foot high elevation here, all the way to the east. So we're going to continue to push the dirt towards the east end of the field. So it's a total of 7.5 acres. And so the 2 D10 cats started pushing dirt, and at the end of 1 week, almost 7, I think 8 days during the week, 8 business days, we pushed 50,000 cubic yards of dirt to the east.
Now, during the 2-year process it took to build the complex, Cooprider was also busy inside. He had a weight room he had to finish and racquetball courts that had to be built. Paul Thomas Sr. was a major financial contributor to the courts. Cooprider says Thomas happened to see the progress on the sports complex and his love of baseball kicked in.
So as we're dedicating the courts, Dalton was saying, hey, Dad, Sandy's building a baseball field out here. He said, well, let me see it. So we go over to where the end of the door is and on the north end of the gym. He looks out and he says, well, that doesn't look like much of a baseball field to me. It looks like a bunch of dirt. And he says, we need to help Sandy. Let's give him $400,000. And so, right there, I'm sitting there going like this, and Dalton go, Dad, we need to talk about this, okay? Because he was an avid baseball fan. In his den, he had multiple screens, television screens, and he had almost every single baseball game on, and he would watch them all the time. He passed okay, in Dalton. I went to the funeral. And, I got there. Dalton said, "Hey, come here, Sandy. I want to talk to you." And after the funeral was over, says, "Give me some ideas of what you need and the cost. You bring it to me, and we'll talk." And so I did that. I put together a list, and I gave it to him. And he said, "Let's finish this, and then if you need more, come back." And so I finished that, and I came back, and I finished the third segment, and I came back. And he continued to support and make this happen.
The first baseball game at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium was played back in the spring of 1995. Cooprider says, to his knowledge anyway, this is the only project on a community college in the Northwest to be completely funded and backed by private contributions and volunteer labor. After 44 years on the job, Sandy Cooprider has developed an approach to work and to life that's worth sharing, and we'll have that for you tomorrow. Hey, it's Thursday. That means we got hockey tonight. Hockey night kicks off our week of sports here on the NCW Life channel. We got the Wenatchee Wild and the Penticton V's from back in December 4th of last year. The puck will drop at 7 o'clock right here on this very television station. Our Big Nine football game tomorrow night, Eastmont hosting Moses Lake. That'll be at 6:30. Then on Saturday, we have Moses Lake at Eastmont Girls Soccer at 2, followed by Les Schwab night at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. You can watch that Saturday night at 6 o'clock. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday. 3 obscure holidays to choose from. It's National Cat Day. Hi, Cat. National Hermit Day. Hi, Cat. National Oatmeal Day. We're going to go with National Oatmeal Day today. Everybody knows that oatmeal is good for you. Oatmeal goes ways back. The ancient Egypts ate oatmeal, or oats anyway. The Chinese were a consumer of oats. The Germans, way back in the day, enjoyed a good breakfast of oats, but it was the Romans who set oatmeal back many, many years because they said it's not people food, it's horse food. And the Romans refused to eat oats. They just fed it to their horses, and then the Greeks followed suit. But finally, in Great Britain, which is a perfect climate for growing oats, they grew oats all over the place in Scotland and England, and they started making and eating oatmeal, and oatmeal's been a breakfast staple since then. Everybody knows that oatmeal is good for you. It's full of antioxidants. Oatmeal is one of those, what they call a superfood, because it's almost all good and almost none of it is bad. It helps fight cancer. It does all kinds of good stuff for you. And oatmeal was the inspiration of a show that never quite caught on here at the NCW Life channel. This is television history. The show was going to be entitled What's for Breakfast with Megan. We only filmed one episode. Here it is.
Hi, I'm Megan, and today for breakfast we're having oatmeal.
And that was the show. That was the pilot episode. It was approved by the network. There were some negotiations involving contracts, syndication deals. It gets complicated when you create a television show, and unfortunately, What's for Breakfast with Megan never quite caught on. But we do have that one episode that has been donated to the National Television Archives in New York to air in eternity. What's for Breakfast with Megan? Maybe we'll launch the show again. I don't know. Happy National Oatmeal Day today. 29 minutes after the hour today in history, considered the greatest sports upset of the first 50 years of the 20th century. It was voted on in 1950 by the Associated Press as the greatest sports upset in the first half of the 20th century. Tiny Center College in Kentucky, a little bitty college, beat Harvard, the power at the time. The final was 6-0. This is the equivalent of an 8-man football team beating Alabama. I mean, it was a huge upset. At the end of the century, ESPN voted it the third greatest sports upset of all time. And number one in college. I mean, this was huge. This was tiny little Center College in Kentucky. They could barely field a football team. They took on Harvard as a lark, and they beat the Crimson 6-0. By the way, on the 75th anniversary of this game, Center College challenged Harvard to a rematch. Harvard declined. That happened on this date 99 years ago today, October 29th, 1921. We talked about this earlier in the week. The stock market's not looking real good. Big sell-off. Wait a minute. No, they're going to buy some stocks. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Yeah, after that bad day, things are okay. And then on Tuesday, October 29th, 1929, it was known as Black Tuesday. Started on October 24th. Then it stopped, but there was nothing to stop what was going to happen on October 29th. 1921, 91 years ago today, the great bull market of the 1920s came to an end. The Great Depression began. The stocks fell down and it went boom. A friendly reminder that the stock market is not the economy. It's just one part. 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Bob Ross, they still run his shows on PBS. They run marathons on weekends, I think. Of course, The Joy of Painting. It's a happy tree. Let's put another happy tree so that the tree won't be lonely. We love Bob Ross. Hosted The Joy of Painting for all those years. He was in the Air Force for 20 years. Took up painting when he was stationed in Alaska because he had nothing better to do. And by his own estimation, Bob Ross painted about 30,000 paintings in his lifetime. Didn't live very long. Died in 1995 at the age of 52, but the show lives on. He has become a cultural icon again during this COVID-19. People have rediscovered Bob Ross and The Joy of Painting on PBS while they're locked inside their homes. Richard Dreyfuss is 73 years old today. What's he doing? His big breakthrough role was in American Graffiti. He was really good. And, of course, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, The Goodbye Girl. He won the Best Actor for that movie with Marcia Mason. Stand By Me, Always, What About Bob? Mr. Holland's opus, Richard Dreyfuss, celebrates birthday number 73 years old today. And the voice of Homer Simpson and a bunch of Simpsons characters, but probably always will be the best known as the voice of Homer Simpson. Dan Castellaneta is 63 years old today. Happy birthday, Dan. Like all Dans, a handsome son of a gun, too. 32 minutes after the hour, we have an opinion from Mike McNaughty coming up, plus a conversation with Linda Haglund. We're talking trick-or-treating on the Avenue. It's going to be different this year. Everything's different this year. We'll get caught up with Linda Haglund for the Wenatchee Downtown Association coming up as well. But first, Goose the dog needs a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCW Life Channel. We're here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and Goose is joining us this week. Can you tell us about Goose?
Yes, Goose is almost 2 years old. He's we think maybe a lab shepherd mix. He's super sweet. He's lived with other dogs. He enjoys polite females. He also was really good with the indoor cat. He's been around kids. He likes a little bit of a slower pace though. He's kind of unsure of new situations, so he's looking for somebody that could just be patient with him and kind of take their time to let him know their expectations. And I'm pretty sure if you give him time, he's going to be your best friend because he's really, really a great, sweet guy. He's super clean in his kennel here. Yeah, he's just looking for that forever home.
Oh. And what should someone do if they want to adopt Goose?
If they want to adopt Goose, he's ready to go today. He just, you need to call down to the shelter at 662-9577 and schedule a meet and greet.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open by appointment only. Call them at 509-662-9577 to schedule a meet and greet or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
These days, it can be hard to trust the media. What's true, what's fake, and who is behind the message? I'm a freelance journalist and videographer who has spent years studying the media, interviewing people, writing stories, and producing documentary videos. But I was born and raised in Eastern Washington and grew up working on farms and in the fields. Now I'm taking a look at what local, regional, and national news stories mean to us here in North Central Washington. Join me, Dominic Bonney, for Common Sense on NCW Life TV.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tamer.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the doghouse.
Are you in the doghouse?
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
What is it about Tipsy Canyon Winery that keeps people coming back? Is it the magnificent view from the hillside tasting room? Is it the exceptional but affordable wines? Or is it just the fact that you feel right at home from the minute you walk through the door? Actually, it's all this and more. Experience the Tipsy Canyon Winery located just outside of Manson. Your new home away from home.
As the sun sets on another hot summer, let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa winterize and close your pool. Closing your swimming pool is the most important service to get right. Letting the professionals from Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa close your pool will ensure that you won't cost yourself thousands of dollars in damage next year. Want to save a little money? Consider dropping the water level yourself and save. Don't wait. Blue Lagoon's pool closing schedule is filling up quickly. Call today.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, independent agent and owner at Springwater Insurance Group here in North Central Washington. And it's that time of year again. October 15th to December 7th, that is the time if you have a Medicare plan, do I want to keep it or do I want to change it? For any of those questions, give us a call at Springwater Insurance Group because we're independent agents. We don't work with one company, we work with many companies because all of you have different situations and needs. So if you have questions about 2021 Medicare plans, give us a call, 888-2600.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, recently at a dinner party, a friend told me that if I voted for a third-party candidate like the Libertarian candidate Joe Jorgensen, it's really a vote for Trump because it takes a potential vote away from Creepy Joe. Hogwash. I said, I'm doggone it, I have the right to vote my conscience, and you can't tell me that in doing so, I'm voting for the Cheeto Man just because I don't like him. Okay, just because you don't like him. Well, I don't like him either. And I'm not going to vote for him, and I don't vote for who you want me to, and you can't blame it on me if I don't. And you can't blame it on me if Trump is reelected. That's ridiculous. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
The 2021 models are arriving at Sangster Motors. General Motors is on the move with the all-new 2021 Yukon. Yukon is redesigned from the ground up with a bold new look and all the latest technology. Also new is the Canyon AT4 pickup. This off-road equipped mid-size truck will challenge any rival for performance and value. Both of these models will offer Duramax diesel options for maximum power and economy. The American Challenge is game on at Sangster Motors now.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
And we are back. That noise that you hear is my stomach. Can you hear that, Linda?
Yes, I can.
Wow.
I was going to say so.
Oh, I want candy. I want candy. And this Saturday, October 31st, come rain or come shine or come COVID, it's back again. The WDA has been a part of their downtown trick-or-treating for as long as this goes back to the 80s, I think, Linda, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Linda Haglund is the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. She's back to talk all kinds of WDA things. First things first, let's talk about Candy Cruz. You can't stop the momentum. You can't not COVID and still do it. The experts say don't go door to door in your neighborhood. It's just an invitation to spread COVID. But you guys have stepped up. You've teamed up with Wenatchee Parks and Recreation, the PIBUS, Dave and Sandy Gallatley, the Goodfellow brothers. It's happening. Talk about Saturday.
So we had a choice. Well, first of all, thank you for letting me be on air in a mask. I don't mind. It's good to be here and be in person and see you. Everybody thought I was crazy in June when I said, what are we going to do with Halloween? Because I pretty much figured, even though I thought by June it would be over like most of everybody, and it wasn't, I knew that the 5,000 to 6,000 kids and their families in downtown was not going to, in any world, be acceptable this year. So I started talking about Halloween in June. And so my idea was cruising through and kids getting candy. Typically the businesses do this, and it is an expense of theirs, and I didn't want that either. So Dave and Sandy Gallatley always help us a little with Halloween. We usually buy a little bit for each business participating, but they stepped up even bigger. Goodfellow Brothers stepped up, and Dave Harold at Sunny stepped up, and we were able to buy the candy thanks to Plaza Superjet. They could source it for us, and we were able to buy the candy. So last Friday, we went to Nancy's Party Rentals and made what I called candy soup, and we dumped all the candy out and mixed it up, on tables and put it in the bags. And so we're going to allow people to cruise through. No children can be out of their cars. They have to be in their cars. Our volunteers or our people participating will have gloves on and masks. And kids can get candy in a safe way. I didn't have the heart to cancel Halloween,
No.
And so I saw where the health department says this is a safe alternative. So from 1 until 3, you can cruise. You're going to have to come in via Columbia, around the back of the convention center, up 2nd. You're going to cruise to Palouse, and then you're going to head out to, if you want to, we're at 1 to 3. 2 to 5 will be at the Town Toyota Center. And then from 2 to 4, we'll be on the back side of PIBUS.
Okay.
And
so kids have to stay in the car.
Yes, they do.
Parents have to stay in the car.
Yes, they do.
Kids can be in costumes, but they got to be masked up. It seems like a good compromise in this COVID world of ours.
And let me tell you, it's great candy. I mean, I wish I had some to give you right now because your stomach is growling, but it is the good stuff. It's the chocolates. It's all the stuff people love. And it's going to be really fun. Is it going to be exactly the same? No, but it's going to be a little ounce of normal and a little dose of hope, which I think we all need right now, especially this week. So I'm just asking people to be thoughtful of, it's going to be a slow go right there, right down the middle of the avenue, but it's going to be fun. Kudos to our businesses. When you shut the avenue down, it kind of stalls business for some. But Halloween kind of does that anyway in downtown, right?
Yeah,
so
it does.
So, yeah, we're going to get to do that. I'm pretty excited.
Well, kudos to the Goodfellow brothers who, of course, moved their offices to downtown. So glad they did. Dave and Sandy Gallatley, wonderful people. Dave Harold, my good friend Dave. This is really good. This is because I was scared that this wasn't going to happen.
Yep, me too.
So now it's happening. That's good.
Yep.
So Candy Cruz is out of the way. You brought talk about these things real quick. I'm going to hold a couple of these up. This is cool.
This is super cool. So my counterpart in Pasco, his name is Gustavo. Pasco had some equal challenges with COVID numbers as we did. So I saw this idea in a Main Street meeting. Main Street, the 34 Main Streets across the state of Washington meet and share ideas and best practices. Gustavo had an idea of doing masks for the Latino wrestlers. And so they sourced them from their sister city in Mexico. It has been transformational in Pasco. And I saw this and went, whoa, we need to do this. So I came back, and with our Valley Our Future, the Chamber, CARES Act from the county, we purchased $8,000 worth of the Latino wrestler masks. So they went so well. The second round, I said, what about Días de Muertos, Day of the Dead? So I just picked these up a little over a week ago, and they are distributing these now at the cafe. The Chamber's handing them out. I mean, it's super fun. So it's Sugar Skulls. It's Katrina, all the Day of the
That's
Dead.
neat. It's really
so
cool. I love the design.
It's just masks. So
and you got a QR code that comes with it.
You do, and the QR code drives you to the CDC's website and talks about, both in Spanish and English, what are the CDC requirements? How do we stay safe? It's just a win-win. It's a collaborative effort. I drove to Pasco and picked them up because we wanted to save every dime, so we didn't have any shipping or anything, so I drove. But it's the generosity of another Main Street going, this worked for us, maybe it'll work for you.
So we got two colors, black and white, with two different designs. These are great.
Actually, we have
there's all kinds of different. I'm
There's
sorry,
sugar
that's
skulls,
my bad.
there's
Okay.
sugar skulls, there's all kinds of fun. My education on Días de Muertos came with the movie Coco. And so when I saw these, I went, I know what this is. I can do this. So
I love it. It's great.
I do too. So a couple other things really quickly. Next week, you're going to see 101 Heroes banners. 65 will hang in Wenatchee, on Wenatchee Avenue, Chelan and Mission and Orondo. The rest will hang up 9th Street into 8th Street in East Wenatchee. Kudos to both mayors for, this is a heavy lift to get these all hung. They'll hang the entire month of November. And I'm not going to give it away, but there is a special letter on the preface from somebody you all will know and recognize. I had a crazy idea and reached out, and it worked. So I'm just thankful. The Wenatchee World is very gracious to help do this booklet, and it's very transformational. We are identifying our 3 Gold Star heroes this year who died in the line of duty in the military, so they will be identified. They're just good stories, and right now the whole nation needs to honor our heroes, and we get to do that every year.
101, that's the most banners you've had yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they used to just hang around Veterans Day, and then they would be taken down. Now you're doing it for the entire month of November. And now both cities are involved.
They do, and I thank you to the Bunker, George at the Bunker. It helps us source these stories. The stories are the hard part, right, in the pictures. But then what we do as an organization, we don't keep any of this money. It goes back to the Bunker. So anything beyond Go USA's fees to make these banners, they're made by Go USA, so we're keeping it local. And all that money goes then to help our local veterans who need help. And the Bunker is a good way to facilitate that.
Let's shop and get some wine. How do we go about doing that?
So we're about to launch. You're going to see it. Small Business Saturday, everybody knows it's the day after Black Friday, and that's all going to be interesting this year. But what is going to be the same is a focus on shopping local and shop small. So we got, with a fundraiser from, so Dilly Deli did a fundraiser in July for us, and several businesses kicked in and did a match. So we were able to raise enough money because, oh, by the way, we're not having an event, so our budget's looking interesting. But we were able to do this Keep It Local campaign. So you're going to see bags, you're going to see stickers. There's going to be a sticker that the businesses will give you that says, this gift was purchased locally for you in downtown Wenatchee. It is a mindful campaign that's going to run way beyond the holidays to keep it local. A part of that will be a couple of days, and don't be surprised if I don't ask people, we're going to do celebrity rappers. Not kachuka wrapping, but actually rapping. So Coca-Cola is going to let us use their trailer that we used for Power the Pink Bag, and I'm going to put community notables in. on Small Business Saturday and on the 19th of December. If you purchase that gift locally in downtown Wenatchee, we're going to wrap it for you free of charge, and they're going to smile behind their mask all the way in doing that. Our biggest fundraiser of the year is Holiday Open House and Wine Walk. It's this year the 14th, which we cannot do. I don't know why, they just don't let you take a little glass around and.
I know.
So we, again, we could have said we're just going to give up, but we're trying to find a way to the yes. And so what we're doing is we are we're asking the local wineries to partner up with the business. You can pre-order your holiday wines and pick it up that day at those businesses.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost anything to us. It doesn't cost anything to play. Again, we want people to be mindful of shopping local, and that also includes our wineries, which are hurting as well. And so all the things they typically do, they have not been able to do, but they're still grapes. They're still doing crush. So we want you to be able to buy your local wines and still be in downtown. So we have a whole array of everything we're doing. We're also going to do Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a national campaign for nonprofits. It's the 1st of December. So you're going to be able to help nonprofits in a little way that day. So you can go on our website, and if you want to contribute to an organization who's working hard for your downtown, shameless plug, think about us.
I work downtown. I live downtown. I'm downtown almost every day. I'm seeing more people. I'm seeing more foot traffic. I'm seeing more automobile traffic. I'm seeing a big change from, say, April.
And here's the other thing. We had 2 businesses change hands in the last 30 days. Oh my goodness, who thought? I had 2 businesses last week open, La Vienne and the Original Children's Store. Both of them brand new businesses. Nobody told them not to hope. Nobody told them that COVID's here. You can't. They have hope, they're entrepreneurs, and they're doing great things. So we are actually seeing some really strong economic development. And not just because you happen to know this person, but a shout out to the Regional Port Authority. We were able to transition a grant we got from them for a possibilities tour to help us economically reinfuse that back in to help these businesses. So this is COVID here. We do it here differently. We do it as a community here. And just a shout out to people who have helped our organization and others continue to thrive and still push forward. I always say to people, we could have put our foot on the brake, but we are firmly planted on the gas. We have to power through this to get us to a more healthy economic viability in downtown. So we're hopeful.
And full disclosure, the CEO of the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority is my much, much older brother, Jim. Thought we'd get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Candy Cruz, modified shop and bottle stop. Small Business Tuesday, Small Business Friday is coming up.
Saturday.
Saturday, thank you very much. I'm an idiot.
That's all right.
What else? I got you here, and it's been way too long, so you got anything else on your mind?
So all I just want to say is this station has been so helpful to many businesses who advertise on them, but you've been so community heart. So I have to say thank you. Just having this time to message and just connect with people. Just if nothing else, we're still here. We're still working hard. We're still being collaborative. We're still going to get through this. So just those chances of hope you all have. So thank you for helping us help our community.
And we'll go ahead and wrap up where we started. Again, this Saturday, masks are required. You can't get out of your car. It's a drive-through. It's as simple as that. Candy Cruz, I like that idea. So you can't get out of your car. There's no walk-up trick-or-treating. Downtown Wenatchee from 1 to 3, at the Pybus Public Market from 2 to 4 behind the Pybus. Follow the crowds. Or if you are so inclined, you live on the north side of town, you can pop to the Town Toyota Center.
From 2 to 5 and do all 3.
There you go.
Your kids will have more candy than they need, and it'll all be good. And just help us keep it local and help us keep it safe.
Linda Haglund from the Wenatchee Downtown Association, going to get you back for the holidays wrap up, okay?
Oh, yeah, we'll
Fair
tell you
enough?
what's going on.
Cool. And don't forget the coffee next time.
I won't. I know I didn't order coffee.
okay.
And would you go get some breakfast, please?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
your stomach's growling.
kind of hungry.
I know.
You're watching a very hungry Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I-dos to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
From the ocean to the mountains to the forest in between, vacation time can be a fun time. But not if your car breaks down. Call Global Car Care today. Have a service approved over $150 on your vehicle, and Global Car Care will donate an oil change service to one of our local heroes at Confluence Health. Look for more incentives online. Global Car Care cares about their community.
How do you know when it's time to go to Boswell's Furniture? When you know the look you love, the colors you want, but need a little design help to bring it all together. With Boswell's complimentary design service, Glenn, Buffy, and Teresa guide you until your vision becomes reality. More styles, more fabrics, and more choices of quality home furnishings fill Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom so you can see it and feel it before you buy. Come into Boswell's and explore the endless possibilities of home furnishings. Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue.
Currently, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is open for dine-in and take-out. Owner Justin Hefner and his staff are just as excited as you to get back to their regularly scheduled full menu, music, and poker. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere is serving a limited menu for lunch and dinner, dine-in or take-out.
Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
Man, beautiful morning, isn't it? Look at that outside. The Badger Mountain area, Birch Mountain looking good. Looks like it's starting to bathe Birch Mountain just a little bit. The sunshine, getting the job done. It's been up for about 15 minutes, and we're in for a pretty nice day today. Considerably warmer. In fact, let's take a look at the high temperatures forecast for around eastern Washington and the north central Washington area. As you can see, Wenatchee and Moses Lake right next to each other, and we're going to be up there a little bit. Considerably warmer than yesterday. We hit 46 on Wednesday, so this warming pattern that was accurately predicted by the National Weather Service is in fact coming true, because we were at 39 on Tuesday, then up to 46 yesterday. We'll be well into the 50s today. Just a couple of degrees perhaps cooler on Friday, and then considerably cooler on Saturday and Sunday. There's a nice trade-off, though. The air stagnation advisory, which is in effect and will stay in effect until 11 o'clock on Friday, will be expiring then, because a cold front's going to bring in some breezy conditions and maybe a little bit of light rain, certainly some mountain snow, and that's going to scour out the skies, get rid of the air stagnation and the inversion layer, and we're in for a very nice weekend as far as sunshine is concerned, and I'm one of those guys. But the one thing we do have to keep an eye on is the wind. On Friday, it is going to be a little on the breezy side. It's the usual suspects: the Waterville Plateau, the Highway 2 corridor between Waterville and heading on off to the east. The east slopes of the Cascades, a little breezy. The Columbia Basin, a little breezy. Here in the Wenatchee Valley, 25 to 30 miles an hour. Up in the Waterville Plateau, 30 to 35 miles an hour, with the occasional local gust above 40 will be at times on Friday as this cold front comes in. But it's going to set us up for a really nice weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast from the National Weather Service. Lots of sunshine today, certainly mid-50s, and if we continue this climb up the weather ladder, we're at 43 right now. We could easily get to that 59-degree mark, 41 for the overnight low tonight. Tomorrow is when that cold front comes in, due to arrive right around noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have quite a bit of sunshine, but can't rule out a stray raindrop or two, just a little bit cooler. High of 58. Now, the skies will be clear on Friday night, so it's going to get chilly, 35 for the overnight low. Saturday, Halloween, lots of sunshine, high of 53 degrees. I'm liking that. High pressure is going to set up late on Friday night. It's going to stick around Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So we're in for very nice October weather. Of course, Sunday is November. And don't forget about daylight saving time. 2 a.m. on Sunday morning becomes 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. All over again. I will be celebrating by being unconscious. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.